soy el fuego que...
Hey everybody, welcome back to your Sensei Show. I am Sandra Garreguis. Today with me is a very special person, Veronica Figueroa. Welcome, Veronica.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you for having me. I love your show.
Thank you. Veronica is a former broker owner of Remax Innovation in Orlando, Remax Hall of Fame of Diamond recipient. She's a team lead of the Figueroa Team. She sits in the Zillow Advisory Board. The Figueroa Team is on a track to sell over 175 million in 2020 in sales volume.
We beat that. We did 215 in 2020. And so you don't have to talk about me. I'm not that special. You're the special one.
Yes, you are. But tell me, Veronica, about your journey, about your story. I hear so many things, and I just want to hear directly from you, and I want everybody to hear.
Oh, you're so sweet. I think that my story and my journey is still evolving. I think that I'm still on the same pursuit that everyone is. What is success? We've learned so much about the business. Real estate is such a great platform that allows us to build a life by design and hopefully build wealth. And, we do it through real estate, right? That we love this beautiful industry. But, I'm a mother of 5. I work with my husband. I have a team. I've learned so much through the mistakes that I've made. And through those mistakes, I've had some wins. And those are the wins that you probably see and have heard of, but it's more failures than wins for sure. Many, many emotional moments, many tears, many mistakes that cost me a lot of financial, burdens, but always coming out stronger, always learning from those mistakes and striving and making a commitment to get better. So I got into the business. I got my license right out of, the day after 9/11. I just graduated from college. A friend of mine had, kind of like motivated me to say, we should get our real estate license. And I was like, I don't want to sell real estate. I want to do human resources, which was what my passion and my degree was in. I had a passion for, development and human resources. And I didn't know that that was going to play a role in my life later on. So I just loved helping people. I grew up with an entrepreneur mother. My mother is my hero. I always tell the story that she's the original OG. I grew up as daughter to an entrepreneur mother. My father was in the military, and ultimately my upbringing as a 12-year-old little girl working in her stores and her little bodegas, I just was taught great work ethics. I was taught to work hard. I was taught if you want something, you go out and you earn it. Nothing was given to me. I had to work for it. So I carried all of that into my business today. But, all those things that I've learned along the way played a huge role that I didn't realize at that moment. So here I am getting my real estate license the day after 9/11. And I got it because my friend said, timeshare, do it for timeshare. It's great. It's a great business. I hated it. I was like, that is not for me. After I got my license, I was like, I'll get my license. Yes. But then I looked at timeshare afterwards. I was like, this is not for me. And I didn't do anything with my license at the time. I just put it on a shelf, and I just, worked in the career that I thought I was going to work in until, 2004, that I was going through a life-changing event, which was a divorce. And I had 2 small kids, and, I figured I'll just, use my real estate license as a secondary income part-time, like a lot of people start out. And it was, with friends, family, and anyone that would give me a chance that, believed in me. And I kind of like forced their hand to work with me. I was like, you gotta buy a house with me. Like, you have to, please. I need to feed my kids at first, right? But then I realized, wow, this is a really fun industry. And I took all the things that I learned in my previous career and my, knowledge of the market in business and people. And then I started developing a passion for, residential real estate, did as much research as I could. I was obsessed with it. And I quit my full-time job within 4 or 5 months. And I was like, that's it. I'm going all in. And my family thought I was crazy. People thought I was crazy. And I'm like, I could do this. I can do this. And here I am, I don't know, 16, 17 years later. Yeah, something like that. Just all in, never looked back. There have been a lot of bumpy roads. There have been moments where I wanted to quit. There have been moments that I thought I wasn't cut out for this, but I just got really clear as to why I was willing to do this. And it goes back to my kids at that time and what I wanted to do. It wasn't just because it was fun or the money. It was like, I really think I could help people. I could serve people. And it goes back to that human resources and development side. And, you know, I witnessed my mom, Sandra, go around in a mobile bodega back in the day when there were not Hispanic products in a place called Columbus, Georgia. You know, my father was in the military. The School of America was something that was, you know, obviously a big military focal point in Fort Benning. And you would see all these people come from different countries, Panama, Central America, you know, whether it was through the political asylum programs or just, you know, affiliate countries, right? And just the military working together. And my mom was the one who was like, you know what? The Latinos need products. They need, you know, like things, but there was nothing in Columbus, Georgia. So she would go to Miami, she would go to New York, she would go to Chicago, she would go to Atlanta, and she would gather all these products and she would go out there and she would find the community and she would find, you know, people who needed products. And she became a promoter, would bring all these artists, and she would bring, you know, some of the famous Hispanic artists that are now really, really famous today. Back then they were just starting out. And she would bring these salsa concerts and these concerts to town. And then from there, she started her little mobile van that she would go into communities to sell her products, to then open the first bodega in Columbus, Georgia, and then eventually earn the key to the city. And I had to work there. And I think that she wired me to see what she did and how she was able to take something that started off as a small little idea, just out of a desire to help people, and turn it into this massive movement. That store is still there after almost 30 something years.
Wow.
You know, she got the key to the city at that time. And I was so inspired by what my mom did that I think now that I look back is why I am wired the way I am. We just don't play small. Everything we do big, right? It may start small, but we don't play small because we never know who it's going to impact. We never know who it's going to, you know, move, and it's going to inspire. And that's how my mom raised me. And that's how I got to where I'm at today.
Wow. That is, it's like just thinking about a little bit of my past, because I started working that way. I started selling pots, like in my country, because I married very young, and I said, I need to do and provide for my children. So I did that. And then after that, I decided to open a bakery, and I had my bakery for 13 years. But I believe that it's what you want. When you want to achieve something, you do it. Mindset. And that's what I admire, seeing it in this last year from you, that you propose yourself. I can see that everything you're doing, you accomplishing. So you are a great example for not just me, for a lot of people out there, not only in the real estate industry, it's in the belief. So you're not only helping realtors, you're helping people, you're helping the community. You're out there, and I'm really very inspired by you to follow your steps and do that as well.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Happy. So talk to us about the Queen of Teams.
Aw.
Hello.
Thank you. You know, like the Queen of Teams is something that came out from just other people calling me like these names, and it was like, oh, okay, well, thanks so much. I don't really feel like I'm the queen of anything, but you know, the Queen of Teams, maybe of making mistakes, of learning and growing and falling on my face, but learning to not give up and having a passion for the industry and having a passion for all that was, you know, that that I have learned along the way of building teams. And, just people who would say like, oh my God, you're the queen of Zillow, or you're the queen of teams. I'm like, guys, that's cute. But then we started realizing that there is a big need that people really want to learn. Like, what is it like? Like, how do you start? Where do you start? What are some of the mistakes? What are some of the pitfalls? What are some of the things that, I can learn from your situation? And it just came to life. So the book is done. We've been in the process of editing, but it's because a lot's happening in the industry and things are evolving and things are changing really, really quickly. But it's really just a roadmap of like the different evolutions of teams and where teams are at, and what kind of things you should look out for, what your team agreement should be, what your culture should be, what your organizational vision should be, what type of team is the right team for you. So it just came to life from all this life and vision that we had, and it just was something that was wholeheartedly innocent, and then turned into something that they're like, no, there is something here. And I was like, okay. And people are like, the people want to know. They want to know what it takes to build a team your size and how you did it. What was the magic formula? What was the moment? I'm like, there is no magic formula. There was no one defining moment. There were so many. So we're going to talk about the lessons. We're going to talk about the lessons learned, the wins, the what we've been able to overcome, to also where we see teams going in the future. We do believe that teams will make up the majority of a lot of the business in the industry as we work with big conglomerates, and how people can prepare to get their business on track if they want to take their business from solo agent, to admin and agent, maybe as showing partners, to growing a functioning team, to what if that team gets really big? How do you manage that? So just a lot of things that have really been real life situations that I've had to face. So we want to gift this. We want to share it. So maybe if people are exploring that opportunity, they can learn from it and avoid some of the mistakes, and also maybe advance and accelerate a lot quicker. So this way we could share some of the resources that we have, some of the resources that we've learned, and they can avoid and also accelerate their journey as a team leader. And even decide if it's for them, because a team is not for everybody. Running a team is not for everybody. Being on a team is not for everyone. Being on a team is for a lot of people and they love it. So just a lot of these things that are super important.
Yes. And when I think about team, because I have been 21 years a solo agent, and I was very scared to do that. I am here building a team, obviously following the steps of people like you to say, this is what it comes next. I believe that if you don't follow the path of someone that have been through all that already, it's very difficult. You lose the patience, you get scared, you sometimes realize and said, no, this is not for me, even before you are out there trying it. So I think that your book, when we will have it, it will be a great help for everybody that's trying to build a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, again, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be heartfelt. It's going to be honest. It's going to be true experience. And hopefully those who are able to learn from it will be able to get 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 golden nuggets that they can apply in their business.
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry, somebody walked into the office. So if you were younger self, what would you change?
If I was younger and I was talking to my younger self, I would say, give yourself some grace, because, I definitely didn't give myself grace. I definitely can be high strung, or I was very high strung, and still can be sometimes. I would give myself some grace. I would deal with a little bit of conflict head on, up front, before it becomes a bigger issue. because it's just always ends up in the same result, that that anxiety that you have of trying to avoid a problem because you don't want to, like, let's say, hurt people's feelings, or you're, just trying to avoid conflict. There's always conflict that comes out of that anyway. So just might as well deal with it head on. So like, let's say it was the wrong hire or the wrong person that you need to kind of say, okay, you know what? We know there's not alignment. Just deal with that. In the end, it's better because the outcome ends up being the same that we initially saw was going to happen. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy for the business. It's not healthy for you. Sometimes it's clients. Sometimes you need to not work with the client that you keep on because you're just thinking about the client. I mean, the commission, or you're thinking about the deal, or you're thinking, and that client's not healthy for you, or vice versa. Same thing, an agent. All these little things that I would go back to my younger self and say, have standards in your business. Have standards in your business and stay true to that. So standards, no matter how uncomfortable it may feel, those standards and the principles that you keep are the key. It's the lever to growth in your business. And you will have peace, not only in your heart and your soul and your business, but you let the standards do the pretty much the management of the business. Hey, I have this expectation. If it's not done, then this is the result. There's no dancing around. Someone knows if they're not performing. Someone knows if they're not showing up. So say, hey, these are the standards and you're not happening. So we want this to work out. But as we know, it's not the outcome that we have yet. Let's go ahead and address this head on now, because this way we can all part as friends and free up each other's future. So that would have been something I would have told my younger self, that absolutely, like, yes, girl, like, you need to handle this. And your older self is going to eventually realize this. So if you could do this now, you'll avoid a lot of drama. A lot of things that, could have been prevented in your business, in how you grow, not settling, not saying yes to everybody, learning that no is the power and the key to a lot of the things that you could do. And then your business just falls apart. Falls into place rather than fall apart. We've had to reinvent ourselves so many ways. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't play defense. Play offense. Yeah. Don't play defense. Play offense. And let's just be honest with ourselves and where we want to go. So just those little things that I would say to myself, because everything else I had to learn, I had to experience. So this way it is, a part of your growth and your journey. Leadership doesn't come with this, there's tons of books out there, but sometimes you don't know what that book is telling you until you're living in that moment. Like, that's what this meant. Like, eat the frog, or have those difficult conversations, and who moved my cheese, all these books that, like, you finally get what they meant when you're in the moment living it, but you didn't get it when you were reading it. Yeah. So all these things are making sense. So
yes, indeed. So from a 17 roster team from Remax to today, a 16 plus team, how that happened? It's been how long? A year?
2 years. It happened through the people. It happened through the people, through the agents. I didn't go out there and do this all by myself. It happened through the people. It happened through the trial and error, through building a culture, through showing results. Your culture also isn't always perfect, and sometimes your culture changes, but then people are watching. You know what I noticed, Sandra? They also notice how you react. I get more people reach out to me and say to me, you know what? I saw this happen and I saw how you reacted, or how you continue to just stay the course. And people will gravitate towards us more because of how focused and relentless, and we don't let the noise get in the way, and how we just stay so focused and not deterred from the things that happen in this business, the egos that show up, people leave, people come, people go. And we're just like laser focused. And people are like, I want to be a part of what you guys are doing. And we're like, oh, we're kind of reinventing ourselves. We've learned from some of these mistakes. We're doing this. They're like, I just want to win. I want to win with you guys. And anyone else who won, but, didn't want to, like, win anymore with us, or didn't want to give credit, or didn't want to do this or that. We're like, we're still clapping for them to win. We want everyone to win, right? They won in that season with us. They're going to win in another season with themselves. And we are also in the same. We're going to win. We won together in that season. We're going to win in our next season. And what we have realized is that some people only want to win for them. And then they want you to lose. And you know, as you, again, go back to the standards and the principles, you're like, like we know in a divorce, someone always loses, or both parties do. So you have to understand, like, this has to be a mutual situation. So like when I started seeing the reason my team started growing in a lot of ways is because we weren't wavering. The decisions that we made in business, we were sticking to them. You know, we weren't going to say, well, I'm going to change this because this person's mood doesn't like the way this is going, or I'm going to change this because I'm worried about this person. No, we are running a business. We're running a business, and I get more people gravitate towards that. And then I get agents who will say, hey, I believe this is a place where so-and-so can start their business or grow their business, and you guys have done it for me. We think it would be good for them. So we've grown through people who appreciate the accountability, who appreciate, you know, our way of running our business, and how we are not afraid to take risks. We're not afraid to challenge the status quo. We're not afraid to face the fire and deal with things that are oftentimes uncomfortable. But when you show up at a high level, and when you put yourself out there, and leadership is not easy, it comes with a price. Yeah. You are going to repel certain people and attract certain people. And when you repel, you also are growing your ability to attract the right people. And my team started attracting the right people, you know, and they started doing a lot of the growth and the vision, because we started being very clear as to who we wanted to be in business with. And listen, this is still an ongoing thing. You get people who show up, others who don't, others who change, it's okay. I always tell people that's okay too. We're just not going to stop growing. Because I understand the fact that as we grow, the evolution of people grows. We always grow. People's needs change. We have to continue to always seek talent and attract our ideal avatar of who we want to be in business with. And a lot of times it's not the same person we used to be in business with. Yeah. So, you know, that's how it happened, because we got really, really clear and focused and said, if we're going to go out there and serve clients at a high level, this is not a country club. This is a commitment. And you know how we feel about that. Let's go.
You're not doing that only for your team.
Oh,
you're doing that for your partners.
Thank you.
I am very happy to be one of your partners, and it's there for us. It's how much we want to take the opportunity that is given to us to grab and go with it.
Yep.
And I can feel that. And I ask sometimes myself, and that's a question that I want to ask you, why you're doing that? Why do you helping others, collaborating, teaching, coaching to all these partners?
So a lot of times you do things and you're not very clear on your purpose, and you don't know why you do things, but yet your heart or your fulfillment tells you to do it. But I've gotten really clear over the years is that it's my duty. It's my duty and my purpose and my mission to share what has been shared with me, share what has been a blessing to me. Ozzy, I said this the other day, you know, I keep on repeating it. He says, one of our other partners, he says, this was given to us so we can gift it forward. This was given to us because it doesn't belong to us. It's meant for us to share what we've learned, to share how things have worked to us, to give people, you know, hope, inspire them, maybe share our playbook and all these things, because, you know, someone lived before us. Someone let us stand on their shoulders. You know, we stand on the shoulder of giants. You know, we should give other people the same opportunity to lift them up, bring them up with you and share, and don't let them make some of the mistakes that we made. So that's why I do it. But for a while, I didn't know why I was doing it. I was just doing it because I genuinely, something was telling me I enjoyed doing it, but now I'm very clear as to why I do it and why I won't ever stop doing it. And through giving, I've received more than what I could ever expect, or, you know.
Amazing. That's what Tony Robbins said. That's what I learned from him. Give, you will receive.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Well, Veronica, I know your time is very valuable. I want to thank you very much to be in the show. If you want to tell the new agents, a new agent, how they can see the business, not only I'm going out there to sell.
Yeah.
What would you recommend?
This is obviously it's a cliche. People say it. It's a relationship business. It's a people business, but it's also a business that you have to be willing to do things that most people aren't willing to do, and most people aren't willing to be consistent. Most people are not willing to be out there and put themselves out there at a high level and deal with what comes along with it, which is the rejection, the hard knocks. You know, a lot of times people think this is easy, but if you can get super, super focused and you could really build something that is different, yet you don't have to be unauthentic. You got to be super authentic, but different to say, like, are you willing to do what most people aren't willing to do? Are you willing to follow up? Are you willing to master your craft? Are you willing to build a brand that's built on reputation, not just, like, oh, everybody thinks it's cute to be a real estate agent. No, this is a lot. It comes with a lot of hard work. And you could do this, but why try to figure this out on your own? Partner with someone that maybe has the foundation that you might need to start your business. If you're a new agent, get on a team or work with someone that is a great mentor, or, really push yourself to borrow their authority and learn from them. It's like an apprentice. It's like it's like where you learn that craft, and they're going to want to help you. And then you become somewhat of a protege or someone that they're proud of. Like, wow, they got their first foundation with us. Like, that person is going to help you jumpstart your career and really take your business to the next level. Everybody needs a mentor. Go out there and find one. Find someone that is similar to you as far as where you want to be or you aspire to be, but similar in certain things that you can connect with. And don't make this about the money, because if you make this about the money, you will absolutely, in my opinion, go about it the wrong way. Yes. Make this about building something that's sustainable, that's deep, that can really position you as a leader, an expert, and master your craft. And mastery doesn't happen overnight. Mastery takes years, takes time, takes repetition, takes, commitment. And if you can master this industry by staying true, staying the course, willing to do the things you need to do to learn and not give up so easily, I see too many agents, oh, I don't like this, I'm leaving. Oh, this, I'm like, okay, like, what is this industry going to do? It's going to kick you in the teeth, in the mouth, if you do not build the stamina and the resiliency that you need to deal with this industry when things get tough. But it's very rewarding, and it doesn't have to be tough when you're working with the right people. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Veronica. If for the new agents out there, if you want to reach out to me, Sandra.Schlapitz.work, we can have Veronica anytime that we will need her, obviously.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Love you, Veronica. It was great.
I'm so proud of you. You're an amazing leader. You're an action taker. And if you want to know how to succeed, that's how you succeed. So that's a woman you need to follow.
Thank you. Bye.